Alright, I am doing another build guide because the other one did amazingly. Thank you for that, by the way. Um, and also, I think this build is very fantastic, especially, granted, take this with a grain of salt, haven't actually completed honor mode yet, but with the way I've built it, I feel like it'd be even better on honor mode due to the changes of honor mode. So yeah, let's just get into it. This is going to be a Eldritch Knight build with Wizard. It's kind of like Eldritch Knight, but like actually good. But yeah. So the reason we're using Lae'zel here, you don't have to use Lae'zel, but I just have it on Lae'zel because that's how I did use this build on my first playthrough. So that Lae'zel is the one who used it because you are gonna use a great weapon. So just like Gith racial features are good. Other races I'd recommend are just like other good ones like half orc and stuff, but like race doesn't really matter. Just like pick whatever you want. Like I don't think it's really worth min maxing race to be honest. But yeah. So you're gonna start in fighter because you get constitution proficiency. Fighting style, great weapon fighting is the one I'm going to pick. Um, because I am using a two-hand weapon, I would recommend great weapon fighting. But if you, for whatever reason, don't plan on using a two-handed weapon, you could go. If you have a shield, maybe protection might be worth it. Or you could use defense. I wouldn't really go with anything else, but I think great weapon fighting is definitely the best one. As for ability points, since you're going to be in Wizard and Eldritch Knight and stuff, you're going to want intelligence. You're gonna want that at. Hang on. Let me just. Okay, you're gonna want strength and intelligence at 16, and then the rest of your points, I'd put them all in the Constitution, like that. And then since you're gonna be using heavy armor, Dex isn't that big of a deal. You're gonna be pretty low in initiative, but later on with some gear, you could fix that issue if it's really a big deal to you. I mean, with this build, like, you're just immune to damage, so like even if you move last, like when I was playing through the game, the most I've ever seen Lae'zel take was like I think it was 39 from Cazador's Blight spell, and then that I think that's like she didn't even get to like half health. That's like the most I've ever seen her take. Otherwise, she just like walks into a group of enemies, doesn't die. It's so funny, but yeah, so this is how I'd go, and just put the rest into wisdom for wisdom saving throws. Honestly, actually, no, I'd keep it at 10, never mind. This is what I'd go for. If you are a party face, if you're like the main character, maybe you could do something like this, but like, I'd value wisdom saving throws more. If you want to focus more on the wizard capabilities or the strength, maybe you could do something like this. If you really don't want to fail dialogues, but or just like intelligence you get too, but like I don't think that's necessarily worth it. But skill proficiencies, just pick whatever you want really. One thing I will say is animal handling, not really worth it if you could speak with animals, but yeah. I'd probably just take inside, I guess. Just gonna hit confirm. And take our second level. Just gonna keep going fighter, because I think in the early game especially, where you don't really have a lot of options, I really don't think it's worth taking wizard yet. You really want action surge. So having action surge for as long like as you can, like I think it's worth it. I don't think the wizard is worth it yet. So just gonna hit accept on that, and then this is where I would start taking the wizard. I would start taking the wizard at level 3, because here you could, I mean, you could go Eldritch Knight here, pick your cantrips or whatever, but like I think getting the wizard subclass online is way more important. So, okay, here it is. You're gonna pick wizard for the subclass, so we get to the subclass. You just pick your cantrips. I like Ray of Frost is good. Minor Illusion could be useful. I wouldn't actually... I'd be careful with Friends, because on higher difficulties, you know, once it wears off, they might start combat. I don't know if that's worth it. Oh, most important one actually. Take Blade Ward. You're gonna see later, but you're gonna want to take Blade Ward. Actually, I guess I don't know if I think I'd rather have like Shocking Grasp actually. But like the main one you really want is Blade Ward, but other ones are customizable. In terms of spells, you're gonna learn more later, so I'm just gonna pick what I usually like. If you are playing Gith, it is important to note that you will have your own Enhanced Sleep, so I don't know if you'd necessarily want to pick that. Yeah, so I'd focus on one spell I would take actually. You're gonna want Shield. Shield's also gonna be another big one. I think Magic Missile is just great. Protection between good and evil can be useful in the early game. I like Chromatic Orb a lot too. If you don't have anyone else with Long Strider, I'd take that. Mage Armors, I wouldn't pick Mage Armor at all because you are gonna have heavy armor. It's not gonna be particularly useful. And then in this last spot, I guess you could just take Grease has good utility. Fog Cloud has good utility. I'll just take Grease. And then for your this is awkward because I've played the game as a wizard, but yeah, these are just I guess these are just all the spells I've learned. There's gonna be another upside to playing this build. Instead of just playing a pure Eldritch Knight, you're gonna get so many spells. Like, these are just the ones that I taught Lae'zel. Like just think about like haste. Haste is a huge one because you're gonna want to if you're gonna want to haste yourself. And the big thing about hasting yourself in honor mode is that you can't. They changed it in honor mode to where you cannot get extra attack on a second action. On your second action of haste, or like a potion of speed. But you have all of these spells you could use, so you could haste yourself, and then cast a spell, and then the next turn you're still hasting, so you can attack, extra attack, and then like cast Fireball or something. It's really fun. And you get stuff like Ice Storm. Wall of Fire, you know, the wizard spell list. The wizard spell list is good. Crazy. Who would have thought? But this is where I'd stop taking wizard for a bit. After this, just you're gonna want to take the Abjuration subclass because you're gonna get the. What am I doing? I just lost my train of thought. You're gonna get the Arcane Ward, which is really important. It's gonna let you take a lot of damage. And an important thing to know about that too is casting Abjuration spells increases your Arcane Ward. I don't know why it doesn't. I guess I could show it after, but it doesn't actually give a really good description here of Arcane Ward. But Abjuration, casting Abjuration spells is going to increase your Arcane Ward, so you're going to want to do that. And then, just more spells here, just Fog Cloud, Thunderwave, and then. From here, I'd stop taking Wizard for now. For now, I'd stop taking Wizard. You're gonna get more later. If you want to, I'm not gonna stop you, but I think getting more Fighter out of the way is really, really important. So now you're gonna get 3 Fighter. I like to pick Eldritch Knight because you get more spell slots, and it's just like. I think maybe if you want more melee capabilities and you like that more, Battlemaster might be better. But if you want to do more wizardy magic stuff, Eldritch Knight would be better. It's more of a personal preference. I'm going to pick Eldritch Knight, but Battlemaster is definitely viable. I wouldn't bother with Champion on this. I don't think it's really worth it because you don't really get much. But Eldritch Knight just gives you get 2 more cantrips, 2 more spells, another spell. You just take Firebolt and I don't know, Bone Chill, and then some more spells, and another spell, Ice Knife. Alright, just gonna get a level 4 Fighter. Another reason to start doing more Fighter is so you can get your extra attack, because it already kind of hurts that you're delaying extra attack by a couple levels, so I wouldn't take more wizard because you're just delaying extra attack more. I don't think that's particularly worth it. But yeah, you get one more spell, level 4. At this point, just take mage armor. It's the only one. You just replace spells if you want to, but I don't know. For the feats, now there's actually a lot of different feats you could take. At this level, like at level 6 in particular, I think it really depends on if you know haste yet. So if you don't know haste, I'd say you could take Great Weapon Master. I don't think I did take Great Weapon Master when I first played this, which I feel like it might have been a mistake. But oh no, I took Savage Attacker. Yeah, so you could take Savage Attacker or Great Weapon Master. Basically, it lets you roll 2 dice, takes the highest result. Very good. Great Weapon Master. You get another action. I think Savage Attacker is better. I will say that Savage Attacker is probably more useful because the perk of this, when you kill a creature with you get a bonus action. It's definitely still useful, don't get me wrong, but like you might want to use your bonus action for other things, especially because we're not just a pure melee build. So you might want to leave that open. Also, this toggle, I don't know. This really depends on your playstyle. I've tried many of Great Weapon Master and Sharpshooter builds, and it feels so bad to miss. I'm a reliability kind of guy. I like when things hit. I am a firearm player after all. I like safety. I like when things hit. I like taking the most safe option. Me personally, I'd pick Savage Attacker, but you can go Great Weapon Master. It's definitely still good. But if you do have haste, you do have another option which you could pick later as a feat, or you could pick it now, and that would be Warcaster. The reason you would pick this is for advantage on saving throws to maintain concentration on a spell. The opportunity spell could be useful, but like your attack probably does more, but it's mainly for this. That's what you're gonna want it for. So you're gonna have you already have the proficiency from starting as fighter, so if you have advantage, if you're concentrating on a spell, it's basically never breaking. So it's really up to you whether or not at this point in the game at level 6 you are using more concentration spells and you want the advantage, or you're using more melee and want Savage Attacker. I'm just gonna pick Savage Attacker and pick Warcaster later, but yeah. All right. We get 5 fighter now, extra attack, and you can replace a spell. Let me just check this. Yeah, these are all spells you can get otherwise. I wouldn't even bother replacing anything. But yeah, extra attack, very good. Who would have thought? Now see, this is a good thing about being in fighter too. If you're taking this much fighter, you're gonna get your next feat very, very quickly. You can just take Warcaster. Like, it's not even that long relatively. Like, you're still in the cursed lands probably, or like, actually no, from level 6 to 8, you're either in the Creche getting out to this. You're probably, once you hit 6, you're probably about to go to the Creche, and then when you hit 8, you're probably in the cursed lands. So like, basically, what I'm trying to say is not a long time. 2 levels is not that much. So you could take Warcaster. If you want to go more melee, Great Weapon Master. The one thing I will say about this build is you're not taking any ability improvement at any point, I think, if I remember correctly. So I guess that's one thing, but I don't even think you really need it. But yeah, Warcaster, very good. I'm gonna take it, and then this is also, at least I'd recommend stopping to take fighter. Like, level 8 would be your last fighter level, and I just take more wizard. But if you want to take 7 fighter and 5 wizard, that would also be alright. And that's mainly if you want, you know, like, these 2 spells from here, I guess, but I don't think it's really worth it. You could just learn these two, because you're gonna be a wizard. But if you want this, this is also, oh, that's why. Okay, that's why I was saying like, oh, um, you want to do stuff with your bonus action. If you do take the level 7 Eldritch Knight, you can get War Magic. So you get the weapon attack as a bonus action anyway, but that's after you get a cantrip. I don't like this. I'll be so honest. I don't like this at all. If you're playing to, like, if you're playing honor mode and you want to beat the game, I wouldn't take this. I just stick to wizard for your last levels. If you're playing to have fun, or like, you know, if you taking this means is going to be a little bit less optimal. You're still going to have a really good build, but like if you want to just experiment with this, go for it, but like I wouldn't recommend it on a viability spectrum. But yeah, we're just going to take the end build is 6 fighter, 6 wizard. At least that's what I'm going to be showcasing. So we're just going to take more wizard. Get whatever spells you want. Again, if you are playing as a Gith, you will have Misty Step by now, but if you want more Misty Step, go for it. I'm just going to take Cloud Daggers. Cloud Daggers is hilarious. And now we're going to get our third feat at level 10. This is where you can take Great Weapon Master if you feel like it. Oh, I lied. I think you actually can take ability improvement here. This build is very, you can take a lot of different feats and have it work. Cause, like, Great Weapon Master, still very good. I think on my when I was playing through the game, I actually made a mistake when doing this. I think I did, yeah, I think I did Resilient Con. And the reason I'm saying it's a mistake is because you get Constitution proficiency from being a fighter. So I basically did nothing. When I played this the first time, I basically wasted a feat. But let's just go with some other good feats. Mobile is always very nice. Just more movement. Like I said, Great Weapon Master. Elemental Adept is kind of nice too. If you're honing in on more specific element types for damage, like cold, fire, lightning, whatever's here, it makes you ignore resistance, and you can't roll a 1. For this build in particular, I'd recommend either cold or fire. Cold, fire, or lightning, basically. For basically Ice Storm, Fireball, and Lightning Bolt. And then also your cantrips of Firebolt and Ray of Frost, if you have those. But those are the main ones. I think if you like Fireball and stuff, I think Fire is going to be the most worth it in the long term, because there are a lot of things resistant to the fire, especially in Act 3 when this really comes online at the end of Act 2. If you want to take that, you could also take Building Improvement if you want to do, higher intelligence. Very good. If you want more wizard stuff, if you want more strength, very good. I'm just gonna take the strength. I'm now remembering, like, that you could, I forgot about the third feat for a second. I don't know why, but yeah, just taking Building Improvement, or there's a lot of good feats here. It's really up to you. But and then you'd also get some more spells. Take, whatever, Flaming Sphere, Magic Weapon. I didn't actually know Abjuration Wizards got Magic Weapon. That's kind of cool. Just take, I don't know, no, True Strike. Don't take True Strike. But it's hilarious, so I'm taking True Strike. Yeah, so we're just gonna accept. And another level. Take whatever you want. Just be careful. Also, be careful of your concentration spells, because especially if you're focusing on haste. Because I've done this so many times. Be careful of what you're concentrating while concentrating on haste, because there have been times where I've been concentrating on haste and then casted another concentration spell and made myself lethargic. And in the worst case scenario, casting a concentration spell, breaking my concentration, and then making one of my other guys lethargic. So yeah, I'd be careful about that. But let's take some spells. Oh, Counterspell, very good. Make sure you have Counterspell, because it's also another Abjuration spell. Every time you Counterspell, you get Arcane Ward. So Very, very nice. And with this, because you're not only a wizard, but also like a half caster, and you have strength and stuff, you can actually afford to counterspell a lot. I know when I play more spellcasters, when I've played other spellcasters that weren't this build in particular, sometimes I'm like, oh, I want a counterspell, but like I'm using so many spell slots and I don't really want a long rest. But with this build, it's not really the biggest deal in the world because, you know, you can still smack guys. You have 18 strength. It's not the biggest deal. Like, oh, my spell slots are used. And you have the arcane recovery. Like, you just get some back. And there's other ways to get them back, too. Like, counterspell here is actually very, very nice. Yeah. So, now you're level 12, last level. Now you're going to get the projected ward. So it's basically, when a nearby ally takes damage and you have an active arcane ward, you could sacrifice your ward to reduce the damage they take. So a level gets taken off of ward, and then your ally gets damage reduction. So that's very nice. You get level 4 spell slots, 2 more spells. Glyph of Warding is cool. I haven't really been able to use Glyph of Warding super well in my playthroughs, but I know it's very good. Just take like protection from energy is bad. Don't take that, actually. I guess remove curse. Normally, remove curse is a very inefficient action, but like it gives you arcane ward, I guess. So like, it's also just useful to have for like outside combat. There's like definitely some quests and stuff and then just like other stuff that gets applied to you. Just a random curse, you just remove it. So yeah, those are all the levels they're taking. Now we can get into the equipment. Also, as you can see here, you have a decent amount of spell slots. You are going to get up to level 4, which I don't... If you take Battle Master, I don't think you get level 4. Or if you do, you only get 1. I think the Battle Master... You know, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but Battle Master, I think you'd have two level 3s and then 1 level 4. So if you want more spell slots, you definitely go Eldritch Knight. But yeah, as you can see too, you have 3 arcane recoveries. If we're just gonna go here as well, you're gonna get all the wizard spells. You just teach whatever. Actually, I'm just gonna put in some stuff that I would recommend. Haste, of course, very good. We love haste in this house. Lightning bolt's very nice. Counterspell. Yeah, you could go fireball. Cloud of daggers is kind of nice, but at this point in the game, not really worth it. Misty step is always nice. Long strider is good for the party. Magic missile is always useful. You're gonna want shield. Shield is gonna be the one thing I'd recommend just keeping on at all times. Shield is very good. Shield and counterspell are very good for just raising your arcane ward. Yeah, and I guess do hold person. Just take Scorching Ray for a low level damage spell, I guess. Or no, let's go Ice Storm. Oh, that's not Ice Storm. Yeah. Oh. Okay, it's a good thing I clicked on this. Oh, it already has it. This is just a general tip with this game. Make sure to look at your reactions menu and like have this toggled, especially if you're playing something like Paladin. I know this is a complete aside, but like make sure they're all on ask so you know what you're doing. Yeah. So I just completely lost my train of thought. Yeah, so you have all the spells. I will showcase the arcane ward. So let's just cast Blade Ward. So now, excuse me. Am I losing my mind?
What now?
Whoa. Whoa. Oh. Oh. I got so confused for a second. I think I was not supposed to go in the turn-based mode.
Action, not
Hang
reaction.
on. Okay, it's gonna be at 2. I think it's at 2 because I just respec. Once you long rest, because it matches with your wizard level, so this will start at 6 after a long rest. But Oh, I'm a moron. Okay. It's because of the armor. Yeah, no, we already have Blade Ward. I'm very silly. Okay, let's just do something else. Did I not put on Protection of Good and Evil? Alright, we could do that. I actually did this in the end game. I just put this on, and then right before, because I knew I was gonna get a heal, so right before like one of the fights, I just used all of my spell slots to cast this, and then I used the Restoration Pod. It was very funny. But let's do it on Withers. Yeah, as you can see here, now the Arcane Ward goes up. We'll use a spell slot. You do that before fights or whatever you feel like it. You also have this weapon bond. And initially, I thought like you wouldn't really use this, but it does also. It can't be. It makes sure your weapon can't get knocked out of your hand. So even like, because we're not going to be throwing at all, but I'd say it's still worth it to do this. Like just in case, might as well, you know. And also depending on the weapon, you could also use those like Eldritch Knight weapons that like get benefits on a bond, but as you can see, I didn't really do that here because I got the Silver Sword of the Astral Plane. Very good weapon for this build. A lot of other stuff, as you can see here, I also have the Baldur and Giant Slayer. Is also very good. Just any great sword, really, is good for this build. Other gear I have on, the Grim Skull helmet that Grim drops when you kill him. I've had it on ever since. I really like the fact that you can't get crit. I love this so much that you can't get crit. It's so nice. And then you just have resistance to fire damage. Hunter's Mark. I didn't really get much use out of it. Again, be careful because it is a concentration spell. It's also once per long rest, but yeah, I didn't really make use of that, but I didn't really need to. I just have on the Cloak of Protection. It's just more AC. As you can see, the AC is 21 right now. It's pretty nice. The Armor of Persistence you can buy from Daemon in Act 3. This is like what you're aiming for the whole game. This is the best piece of armor you can get. However, it is very expensive. I will say that. But there's also other, like, you should just look out for other heavy armor. There's a lot of good heavy armor in this game. You also, this is the heavy armor that, I believe this is the heavy armor you get from defeating, what's his face? I'm forgetting his name. Oh my god. Wow, I'm blanking on his name. The guy that's voiced by J.K. Simmons. You'll know. Oh my god. Wow. That's crazy. Okay. I'll put it in the description. I cannot believe I forgot his name. Oh my god, that's crazy. 400 hours in, forgets one of the main villains' names. Insane. Okay. But I'm pretty sure this is the one that he drops. Another good armor. Magical damage. Oh no, all damage reduced by 2. Again, this is also very endgame. The Helm of Baldur works as well. Oh, this is definitely better than the helmet I have on. You should definitely put this on when you get it. Oh boy. Oh god, I definitely didn't think about that. Oh, also, I guess keep in mind, that is medium armor. Okay. Yeah, that's so much better. When you get this, replace the Grim Skull helmet. Because this is also, I didn't see this before. This is also a no crit weapon. Huh. Yeah, wear this instead. I put on the Gloves of Dexterity. This is just, you get attack +1. It's also, you get higher initiative. Now, I will say, there are different gloves you can get. Especially if you are playing a Gith, there are other gloves you can get. Because I know that these are in high contention for many people. Like, they want to give these to a lot of people. So, if there are other options, I can take a look in my chest, see if I have anything that stands out. But, there's like a lot of options for this in particular. Definitely not. Just like the glove options are very Oh, this is a good early game one. The gloves of the Growling Underdog. The wearer gains advantage on melee attack rolls while surrounded by 2 or more foes. This is like you're a very bulky build. You can just kind of take hits. You will be surrounded a lot, so I'd say that's pretty worth it. I believe those are in Act 1, so I'd get those. Some other things. Whoa. These are really good as well. When a weapon attack roll inflicts a condition, the wielder gains arcane acuity. Because for this specific build, actually, it's very nice. So if your weapon attack, I know like this weapon in particular, you can use the Soul Breaker. You would inflict stun and then get arcane acuity, so that would help out your spellcasting. But I know another weapon that's very good for this build is the Everburn Blade. So when you hit people with Everburn Blade, they start burning. Condition, arcane acuity, very, very nice. As for boots, I have on boots of psionic movement. Again, this is another gift thing. So it's just a little bit more damage after you cast fly. They also give you fly, but as a wizard, you'll have, grant flight as a spell you can cast. I guess I should also look for more boots, because not everyone's going to be a gift. I have 9 boots. That's crazy. Okay. These are fine, I guess. Again, the gear on this build isn't very specific. You can just, whatever you think is good, honestly, like, go for it. Oh, that's not what to do. Okay. Does anybody else have any boots that would be good? Dimension door. No. Boots of speed are very nice. If you don't have anyone else with boots of speed, I'd go with that, actually. But, yeah. As for the... Oh my god, you can see the resistances, too. You're resistant to so much. That's crazy. Amulet of Greater Health is very late game. There are other good amulets besides this, but this is the one I have because this huge 23 con, you're never... Look at how much health you have. I believe this is unbalanced, but, like, god, that's a lot of health. Like... And, it helps with their concentration and stuff. It's just very worth it. The Strange Conduit Ring is a pretty early game ring that I still have on, because Lae'zel is always concentrating on a spell. So this is just free damage. So I'd say those are worth it. And then this is another early game thing that I feel I should have replaced on this run a while ago, but I guess I didn't really find anything, or I forgot about it. But yeah, that's probably nice. Let's just look at some other things. Caustic Band is always good. The Ring of Regeneration is good as well, but I know it's another highly contested item. I guess if you're using Disguise Self, the Shapeshifter's Boon ring. I mean, if you want to get very gamey, you could always just Disguise Self and then just get 1d4 to all checks, but I think that's pretty boring. Why do I have so many alchemy pouches? What is going on here? What was I cooking? Sorry. Yeah, that's basically... Oh, I guess the bow. The bow, the Darkfire short bow, just gives you another cast of haste, like 1 free cast of haste every long rest, and these resistances. Very good bow, although you're not really going to be using your bow that often. It's just nice to have for that effect. So yeah, that's basically the build. You just, like, don't die to things. It's also just nice support to have, especially once you hit Act 3 and then get the projected ward. You just save a lot of damage. Then you have the wizard versatility. I think if you want to play an Eldritch Knight, I think this would definitely be the way I'd go about it, because pure Eldritch Knight is, for lack of a better word, just like unfortunate. It's very unfortunate in this game. They don't really get much. But I guess I should show over some, like, flaws with this. You do delay your extra attack by 2 levels, which might come into play, but I'd say getting Abjuration online sooner is worth it. You will probably, if you don't want Savage Attacker, you can only get 2 ability improvements. So take that as you will. Like, if you don't want Savage Attacker, you could have went Strength to 20, but I think Savage Attacker is worth it. And then some people would see taking Warcaster as a flaw. I don't believe so. Because breaking concentration, especially with haste, is I don't like that one bit. Especially because like you can't just like most of the time there's no way of telling like when it's gonna break. It's just like you have to again you have to just roll for it. So it's like no, I can go into a fight knowing that if I cast haste on myself, that there is very little chance they break my concentration, if not like nothing most of the time. So I just think it's very nice. So yeah, that's basically the build. If you want to see more of this kind of content, I definitely leave a like, leave a comment, maybe suggest something. I could try to cook something up. I'm mainly just making these videos based on like experience of playing through the game with a build and then thinking, wow, I was cooking up something crazy. Let me make a video. But yeah, that's basically it. So if you liked, leave a like. You should definitely subscribe as well. And I'll see you in the next Baldur's Gate or Pokemon video. I know Pokemon DLC is coming out soon. I'm gonna make hella videos around that. Lying, debatably. We'll see. I'm gonna try though. I'm gonna be playing the hell out of that. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one.